Hey, everybody. Sorry, I'm a little bit late, but my husband just texted me and said the crown that I just had put back on last week has fallen off again. So, anyway, so I was just on the phone with them saying, hey, can we get this put back on again? So, anyway, let me text him. Anyway, get that text. All right, we got Linda here, and she's claiming first. And we've got Kathy here, Aunt Ziff. Tracy Thrifts It is second or third or whatever. She doesn't care. She's listing. So, I have listed 6 today. I've made 6 live listings today. And I'm going to hope to get a couple more listed. Anyway, I'm hoping to get some more because I did get some more pictures taken. So let's see. Amelia's here. Hey, Amelia. Got your stuff ready to list. That's wonderful. And Tracy's having her yogurt snack. And how's the weight loss going, Tracy? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just trying to encourage you because, you know, there's some weight loss talk happening here in this house too. And Chris says she's here and she's in her car watching. Thanks for being here, Chris. I appreciate it. You took tons of pics yesterday. Good. So you are ready today. I didn't take tons. I do have some. So I do want to talk to you guys. This is something that someone else saw on Ann Eckhart's channel. And I didn't see this particular video, I guess, about editing pictures in eBay, which is something I typically have never done, other than maybe crop or something like that. And I just wanted to show you this little trick since we're here and we are together. But I'll do that in a little bit when there gets to be a few more people here. And I can't even take credit for it because Linda told me about it. And then I've been using this method for the past couple of days. And it seems to be working. And anyway, I did pick up a couple of things today. A couple of things I wish I didn't. Wimpy Whistler is here. Hey, 5-year-old grandson just moved in with me. May never list again. I understand that fully. Just kidding, though. Tracy says I'll go in to weigh on the 1st to see the damage, but I feel like I'm doing good. I've definitely been feeling better. And that's the thing, right? I mean, we all want to look better, but I know Fernando would say that it's better to look better than it is to feel better, or to look good than to feel good. But really, it's better to feel good than look good. And you look marvelous, by the way. So there's some talk here. I've been ordering some books, watching some documentaries, and I'm in the process of transitioning. For God's sake, I ate flaxseed yesterday. Come on now. But transitioning into a healthier diet. So yeah, I feel the stress there, and I think I'm gonna maybe create another channel to kind of put that on, like that journey on. Because I'll be 50 in 3 months, and I want to see how much progress I can make in those 3 months, to see how much I can change my health. I mean, if I change my eating habits, my weight will follow. I'm not concerned about that. But really, my health, I've felt it. In particularly the last 6 months or so, I have felt my health changing, and I put on some weight in the last 6 months and the last 6 years. So anyway, I'm trying to go on a 90-10 plant-based diet, and 90% plant-based, 10% meat and dairy, which is essentially two servings of meat and dairy a week. But my big fears are, what am I going to eat? Because we always have these patterns of what we eat. I like to eat sandwiches, or sandwiches are my big thing, or pizza or whatever. So what am I going to replace those with? So I'm really transitioning into this. I'm not going, okay, today we're eating just vegetables. I can't. Veggie burger patties, they are good. Grandma Wrinkles, hey, thanks for being here. And 01 Wolf is here in the house. So thanks everybody for being here. But anyway, I think I'm going to create a different channel to go through like what the journey is like. And I probably won't stop that in 3 months. God, who knows if I make it 3 days? That's the fear, right? You try, and then you just don't succeed. But if I've learned anything in my 50 years, and thank you for saying that, Tracy, I feel 50. If I've learned anything, it's that you just keep going until you can't go anymore. I quit smoking in 2012, and I never thought I'd be able to do that. I smoked for about, not that long. I mean, comparatively, I was in my 40s when I quit smoking. But I smoked for about 15 years. And I didn't think I'd be able to give that up, and especially since there was another smoker in the house. But I just decided I would keep quitting until I quit. So the last time the time that I was successful, I made a date and said, on this date, you're not smoking anymore. So you need to have a plan in place for what you're going to do when you need a cigarette. And I used some nicotine gum that helped get me over the first week of a hump. And then after that, I just, didn't smoke. I just didn't allow myself to smoke. And every day, it was one more day that I didn't smoke, and then one more day that I didn't smoke. And then, so anyway, I'm hoping to reverse a lot of, I vaped too. I just didn't like it as much. There's a whole smoking experience when you're a smoker, with the smell of the cigarette, the feel of the cigarette, the tooth of it, the bite of the cigarette, the whole thing. There's a whole plethora of senses that get addressed by a cigarette, I guess. So anyway, I didn't care for vaping, but anyway, I do have a bunch of health problems that I'd like to reverse and prevent, because I do have diabetes in my family, and I'm getting scared of that. And I'm dealing with asthma, the worst I've ever had it this year. And then I'm tired, and I'm a bitch most of the time. So I would like to change my mood and my, my mental state, and food can do that. So I think the tomato and avocado sandwich sounds wonderful. I will be looking at vegetarian type diets, vegan for the most part, but I don't want to go crazy with that. I just want to be kind to myself. So let's see. You're on a journey. Wimpy Whistler's on a journey too. I had weight loss surgery 6 months ago. I lost 50 pounds before surgery, and I've lost 66 pounds since surgery. You still have 25 to 30 to go, and now you feel amazing. That is wonderful. Well, fun fact, I had weight loss surgery in 2006, and I lost about 110 pounds in a year. And, and then I kept that off for quite a while. Probably I didn't put any weight on for 3 or 4 years after that. And then life just starts to happen. It does. You know, my son died, my dad died, I got a divorce, I got remarried, I moved, changed cities and changed jobs, and then I got remarried and I lost another son, and um, it's just a process that if you don't change whatever it is that makes food your comfort, you know, it can come back to you. So I was a successful story for a while, and I have just put on some weight since then. So I'm back up about 50 pounds from my lowest weight, and I would like to take that off. I'd be fine at taking 50 pounds off, but I could stand to lose, you know, a little more than that, maybe 65. Anyway, so anyway, Will is here. Hi, Will. Grandma Wrinkle says she had weight loss surgery in 2004 and lost 164 pounds. That is wonderful. That makes all the difference in the world. Yes, I did. I lost two sons, one in 2009 and one last year. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Yeah, life does happen to all of us. So Tracy said she had a miscarriage herself, so you know the feeling. You absolutely do. I don't know what's worse because I've never had lost a child in childbirth or a miscarriage. See ya, Chris. And I'm tearing up. I'm sorry. I don't know what's worse, like to wonder what they would have been or to have known and then lost them. I don't know. It just sucks. Whew. Anyway. Flippin' Hustler, hey, thanks for being here. You old first timer, you. So we were just talking about junk, and the way this works, since you are a first timer, is I did buy a few things today. I'm going to show those, and then we'll just list. We'll just sit here and work. Don't even know how to deal with that. You don't really have a choice. You just don't. You just got to get up and go every day. Okay, and Junk Trader, hey. That's a new name too. All hugs. I had a stillborn son in 2007. It does suck. It does suck. But you just keep moving. And a virtual hug from Will. Thank you. Tracy's on to brighter topics since we got that off our chest. Woo! You're right. I had 18 sales over the weekend, and I did post it on Instagram. But I was on fire. This girl was on fire. But then I had one yesterday, a $10 sale yesterday that they haven't paid yet. I've had a couple sales today, so I hope that the sales are being spread around. Okay, sure. Flippin' Hustler says, thank you for the welcome. Headed out to the post office right quick. Back in 10. We'll see you then. Wimpy Whistler, to change the subject, I did lower my prices on my listings and things are selling again. And sometimes it's not even a matter of lowering your prices. You can raise them and things will start selling. Raise them 3% and things will start selling. It's really amazing. I think all of those sales, because eBay is kind of a funny animal. I had raised my prices 80%, and then I ran that 50% off sale. Then I went in and I lowered my prices about 50%, which actually made them cheaper than they originally were. And I added best offer again after that sale was over. And that sale really didn't improve my sales at all. I had a normal couple of days of sales. But because of all that activity on all those listings, eBay said, this seller is really doing something, apparently, and gave me all those sales. So anyway, let me show you the stuff that I bought. So let's see. Will says he had a few today. Everyone wants a deal. It's true. And 01 Wolf said, I haven't had a single sale for 4 days. I'm hoping that picks up for you and changes. So I bought a couple things today. The first three things that I show you, I averaged about $3 per item, because I don't exactly remember how much Oh, sold some glasses. Can I find them? No. Oh, I hate it when I can't do that. So I bought this, but I probably wouldn't buy this again. This is I think an XXL. Yeah, it's an XXL Nike Golf. I bought it because it was $3. Actually, I think this one might have been $4. Uh, oh, we got a couple of bids. That's great. Because the cool design on this, and it's in really good condition, and the size. But when I'm looking them up, it doesn't look like they sell for all that much. I decided today, and I'm a little wishy-washy, but I don't know if I'm more wishy or more washy. I'm never sure. But I decided today that I was no longer listing anything that was not at least $20. And I say that because to get the results that I want, I don't necessarily have to increase my listings so much. Because I'm selling 100 plus items a month, probably about 110 items a month. If I just increase the average sale price on those, that's like an instant raise. So I'm trying to get away from the $10 items. And I've talked about that a lot, but today I just said no more $20 items. And I hope I get $20 for this. I bought these without looking them up. So I paid $3 for that, $4, I think $4 for that. I thought this would do well. It doesn't look like it's doing all that well. As long as Tracy says Nike Golf does okay for me as long as it doesn't have any company logos embroidered on it. Well, that being said, I got this. This is a medium, which not the best size, but this is a Nike. This is a Nike team. It's not the dry fit like the last polo, but it is an Ohio State Buckeyes polo, OSU, because I live in the middle of OSU country. So I thought this would do better. I think I paid $2 for this, maybe $3. And I don't know if I can even get $15 out of it, but Tracy says she's trying to force herself to buy electronics like disc changers and VCRs. It doesn't have to be those though, because those can be a little challenging to ship. I mean, you can, as long as you're fine shipping them, knock yourself out. I don't know. I think maybe I'll put this up for $20 and see what happens, So I got those two things. And the last clothing thing that I bought, because I'm trying to know my limits. Oh, Junk Trader here. I'm in Columbus. In case you don't know, I'm right in the middle of the state. So, yeah, I guess you would see a lot of OSU up there because you're probably close to Akron up there. So, let's see. Sam Dallas. Hey, Sam. Just came now from a rummage sale. Paid $10 for a complete Roomba 500. Should I part it out? If it works, I would sell it whole. I would just sell it whole, because that way you don't have, and I know I've been the part out queen for so long. And I still think there are money in parts. But that way you don't end up with odds and ends that don't sell. Well, Sam, let me rephrase. Do you have like the Roomba and like the virtual walls and the docking station and all, you might sell, I would sell the Roomba and the docking station together. And then if you've got other components, maybe sell those separately. Linda says the problem with most Nike stuff is that it's very readily available. So the market is saturated, and I don't think they're very expensive new to begin with. And I think you're right. Clothing is not my thing. So I'm going through a learning curve right now, and I'm apparently not doing all that well. But I did pick this little gem up, and I paid $2 for it. This is exactly what you think it is. It's a members only. And this is a vintage 1980s members only jacket. So I'm going to try and get about 25 to 30 on that. And I might put this over on Etsy. This one's got a little bit of wear, but not bad. Not bad at all. Junk Trader says I'm an hour east of Erie. I hate Bluebird. I didn't know you were here. Jessica. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Jessica Bardis is my daughter. Is Holly's sister. I never knew how fast mom talks until I'm trying to read her lips while I'm watching at work because she can't play the sound. Oh, it's a nice color too. I do like it, but you know, is it maroon or is it burgundy? I think this is more maroon because it's a redder color. Let's see. Wimpy Whistler says I found a new place to source. They're super cheap. All jeans are $2. All other clothing is $1 or 5 for 4. Oh my gosh. I think you just found paradise. I'm pretty sure. So those are the 3 pieces of clothing that I bought, and I bought those at the little cancer thrift store that I've told you guys about, and they are so old school. I love it. Look, this is my receipt. It's handwritten, and she did the math in her head. I love it. I love it. I don't know why I'm in such a good mood all of a sudden, but I am. Let's see. Maybe it's because I missed you guys. I'm thinking that could be it. I haven't picked up one of these for a while, and I was really excited. So Holly and I drove down to the cancer thrift store to see if I had sold some stuff because I had consigned some stuff there. And they weren't open yet. They had like 25 minutes until they opened. So like a block away is a Volunteers of America. So we park and we go in and we're like, this is really busy today because everything was half off. So it was a madhouse. We were in line as long as we were waiting, or as long as we were shopping. So we were in there 40 minutes. We probably were in line for 20 minutes. Emma Huffman, there's an amazing rescue mission thrift store near me. Fill a bag for $5 one time. Got 24 items in it, including clothing only. Otherwise, $1 for clothing, $2 for shoes. Yes, I love it when we find those places, and they love it when you come and shop too, because you tend to buy more than the average customer who buys, 2 or 3 things. You're buying 20, 30 things, so they love it. So Holly and I go in. We go down the like the appliance aisle. Of course, it's heavily picked over because it's like 11:30, and I didn't expect to find much, but I did find a couple of things. So this percolator is one of them. I paid $2 for this, and it does not have a cord in it, but I think I have a cord downstairs that will probably work with it. And this one will sell between like $35. And I love my percolators. You guys know how much I love my percolators. So got that. And then I bought this for me because I'm lazy. And I paid $1 for it. And it's one of those like instant hot pot kind of things, because every night my husband and I drink tea with mint in it. This will make it so much easier. So last night, it's kind of this funny ritual that we have every night where we make dinner, and then after dinner, like last night, I made Nescafe because that's a thing. And so we had our cup of Nescafe, and then a little while later, I served Fig Newtons and mint tea that I made, and it was so good. So we have like this whole little dessert routine that we go through that may have something to do with why I need my eating pants sometimes. Sam says he's got 2 virtual walls, 2 remotes, several brushes and other stuff, about 20 pieces altogether. My first Roomba, so I'm excited. Thanks for the advice. I won't part out the machine. I would not part it out unless it's just not doing all that well, and parts are better. But I have had a lot of success with Roombas, and I have even like bought new batteries to increase the sale price on those. So let's see, it's a Roomba 500. And let's see, we'll assume that it works. Let's see. Here's one virtual wall, the black one. It says new other, sold for $25. That's just one. Let's see here. A lot of parts for these have sold, so I'm trying to find. Hey, Andy. Thanks for coming, girl. So I'm trying to find an actual 500. The paper garden. Hey, Julie. I had to finish cleaning my house before I could tune in. Great motivator. Yeah. So a lot of parts from China. Ooh, China. Let's see if we can just eliminate those. I'm trying to find a unit that's sold. This one is sold for parts only, and it's $50 shipped. That's parts only. If yours works, you should get more. Kathy said, I keep forgetting your 2 is my 1. Yes, unfortunately. Here's another one, parts only, $50 shipped. So I think you're going to do fine. If it turns out that your Roomba doesn't work, you can always sell it for parts. They sell the unit for parts. And then the docking station looks like it sells for about $30 shipped. Let's see. Here's the Roomba iRobot Roomba 500 series, and it's the 561 because there are different models. And it sold for $100 shipped. But I wonder if that will fit in the Region B, because I know those Roombas are really heavy. I wonder if it'll fit in the Region B box wrapped in bubble. I'm just thinking out loud. All right, so, but I think that should get you on your way. I would definitely just take the time, Sam, to sit down and do some research and just see, because, you know, parting out does take a little more time. You may make a little more money, but on your $10 investment, I think you're going to do fine. So the other things, I have 2 other things that I bought. I do have the carafe for this, but this is another one of those. Yeah, $25 for virtual wall. That was a new out of package one, but I bet you can get 40 for both of them. Easy. This is one of those Cuisinart grind and brew coffee makers, and people like these because they grind, I can't talk, grind the coffee up there, and then you can make coffee in this pot. And I paid almost nothing for this one. It was $5 originally, so I paid $2.50 for it, and I can get about 50 for this. And again, I do have the carafe for it. And then the last thing that I bought, which I didn't even know what it was. Yeah, thanks, Andy. It was great. It was a great weekend. And I have had a couple of good sales today. This, I didn't even know what this was because I don't have an iPad. But this is a point of sale system for an iPad 2. And it is used. They had $69.99 on it at the store, but it was half off. So I got it for $35, and I should be able to sell this for $100 to $150 is what it looks like they're selling for. And it does have all of the parts in it. And Linda, correct me if I'm wrong. Apple is restricted on, is Apple restricted over on Amazon? I'm pretty sure I feel like it is. But yeah, I've never seen one of these either. So it's actually just the stand. You don't get the iPad with it. And it's got like a scanning wand and other tools that go with it. And it looks like these sell regularly too. Emma is asking a question. Did you say you had a St. Vincent de Paul? I went to one. Oh, okay. I went to one maybe a couple of months ago, very small, and didn't think I would get much, but was surprised I got a few good things. So there is one about 40 minutes from here that Andy and I go to occasionally, which we need to go again. And it is it's a small St. Vincent de Paul, but we have found Orvis, and she has found like suit coats, and I found good shoes. I mean, just lots of stuff, lots of stuff there. So I think it's definitely worth it to check out even those little tiny thrift stores. And St. Vincent de Paul, I wish we had a really big one here. I think the closer ones are like where? Like Cincinnati, and I think there might be some more toward Dayton. So, but the ones in Cincinnati are fantastic. They're huge. They're wonderful. And I think there might have been, we went to that one in Indianapolis, but it was more like their boutique, but still, it was fine. It was fine. It was great. I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in 3 months. It's been a week, a little over a week. So I am going to share my screen. I did get a new toy because somebody else got a new toy and I felt left out. So I had to copy her. But I got this new toy. And I mean, how much have you spent on lighting systems? I have spent hundreds of dollars on lighting systems for photography, because I started out with these little cheap ones, and then I moved up a little bit, and then I moved up a little bit, and then I moved up a lot, and then, okay, so I've spent so much money. Yeah, I've been to the one in Fairburn, I think. I know Chris and I went to one. It was awesome. So finally, I think I have bought everything that I will need, but let me show you a picture of it. So this is the light box that I bought. It's completely self-contained. It folds right up, and it's big. You know, it's like this big. It's pretty deep. Tons of light. It's got a flap to cover the front. Got it over on Amazon. It's about $135. I bought one that was damaged. The packaging was damaged, so I saved a little bit. But it's got a flap that comes down the front, and you can actually open like a little peephole and take a picture so that the light stays in the box and doesn't escape. And it's taking some really good pictures, but they're not perfect. They're really good. So I wanted to show you guys how I am taking those pictures from pretty good to much, much better. Let's see. Sam says, my St. Vincent de Paul has a huge rack in the middle of the room that they'll load up all week long. And then on Wednesday, everything on the rack is 25 cents a piece. They put good brands. I want a St. Vincent de Paul like that. First, I want a St. Vincent de Paul. Then I want one like that. That's pretty amazing. I have been chattering like a little, you know what, like a little, I don't even know what, for 35 minutes. That's just crazy. So I'm going to, there's that crazy sound again. Let me switch mice. I got mice all over the desk. Let me just go into a draft and add some pictures to it. And then I'll show you guys what I'm doing here. Oh, you like chatting? I'm just chattery. I guess I'm lonely today. I don't know. It happens. Let's see. Let's see what else let's use this for example. Oh, thanks. I missed you guys too. I mean, life just gets busy sometimes, and I can't devote as much as I'd like to this channel, but I appreciate you guys so much. Flipping for fun. I love that. Junk Trader, you're right. And that's why I do these. And that's why I even started this channel in the beginning. Was because I felt so isolated. I mean, I felt so lonely, and I needed an outlet. I needed somebody to chatter at. So in the beginning, there weren't any subscribers, and I was just talking, and then it just kind of grew from there. And I'm always surprised. I'm like, why do people want to hear me talk? I got nothing, but they do. So, and I'm glad to have them here, and I appreciate. Oh, welcome back, Flippin' Hustler. Let me go share my screen. I got to remember how to do it. Here we go. And then I want to do this one. There we go. All right. So these are my pictures. Remember this lovely, lovely vase. Ugh. It's a piece of work. So I took pictures, and then I took these pictures in. I want to see those business cards, Tracy. Put a picture or something on your Instagram, or text me one or something. I don't know. But I saw your post. I just didn't. Oh, you're going to tag me. Okay, great. Your daughter's so cute. She does steal the show. She sure does. Jessica is a completely different animal. Holly is like in your face. Jessica's more subdued. Jessica is more of a dry humor kind of person. She's very funny. So anyway, so I took these pictures in the hold on, it's coming. In the light box, and they look pretty good. They actually look a little less yellow on my monitor than they do on the screen. But this is the trick, and it's not even a very good trick, is just to go into this little sun, not the magic wand, but the sun, and just crank up the white until you can almost get the back out, which bleaches out your colors. You know, it overexposes it. But you can come in here, and that's not going to work on this one. You just got to be careful not to bleach out the colors. It works much better on. Oh, you're talking about Flippin' Hustlers. Hey, wait, is that another channel? Because I will certainly subscribe. But anyway, that cleans up the background so much. This is a terrible shot, but it works much better on things that are darker toned. Let me add a different picture here. Let's try this picture of this Tassimo, and I'll just drop it in here. And I never, Kathy, I've never used this. So you just brighten it up though, and then just kind of pull this the same. And I mean, it looks so good. Oh, cool. I'll have to check out your videos. I am, like I said, I've never done it on other than to maybe crop, but I find that this makes my pictures look better. So I just wanted to share it for those of you that may want to try it. And I got to delete that photo out of there. And yeah, the bottom gives the definition. But anyway, I think that it's made my pictures better than they've ever been. So I just wanted to share that with you. Let's see. Flipping Hustler. And we're here because I am totally stalking you. Okay, nice. I will be checking out your videos. So some people like this one, the wand doesn't work. You brighten it up, yeah. And I'm with the Junk Trader. I never liked using eBay. I never did a lot of editing anyway, unless it was just to crop something. I've never done a lot. But anyway, I just subscribed to you, Flippin' Hustler. And I just was told about that, and I thought, that is making my pictures look so much good, so much gooder. It's not helping my grammar at all, but it is. Oh, well, what do you know? Another sale. Not a lot, $15, $16, but what is the wand? The wand just kind of, the wand just kind of, yeah, we all love that cha-ching, don't we? Let me show you the wand, just so you know. It's right here. And it will take a picture like this and just brighten it a little bit. But it doesn't always do everything that you want it to do. So I find that I would rather just pull this up a bit, make the back wash out. But again, on things that are light colored like this, it's a little more of a challenge. The wand is an auto fixer. See, if I could just use grammar and words like you, I'd be in better shape, wouldn't I? Okay. So let's actually get some listing done, because I do need to do that as well. Oh, no. No, it's actually in the eBay app. It's not the size of the wand, it's the magic you do with it. Really always coming up with the most appropriate sayings. Hey, Diane, thanks for being here. I don't have the wand. I wonder why. Is it not on your, is it on desktop, not on your desktop? Well, for one thing, let's just be clear, Amy, you're kind of special. I'm just saying. You don't need a wand. But I don't know why it wouldn't be there. Yeah. All right. I believe I will probably have this pastel southwestern vase until the end of time. It's going to take a while for it to sell. You're right, Chris. It could be the browser. That's what I am in a bookstore. Did you know that? I'm a browser. Oh, I'm not funny. I'm sorry. Kind of an asshole. But yes, it could be the browser. Andy, I am using Firefox to do this. I never took so many crazy offers as I did over the last listing. Andy says she's not listing. She's sitting in a parking lot waiting for her daughter. And I was out and about and didn't want to go home for 30 minutes. So I'm sitting here watching. Chris says she uses Chrome and yours looks a little different. Let's see. Oh, I didn't know you had a video. You have a channel too, Junk Trader. So I will subscribe to you. It's probably all babies. That's wonderful. Sorry. Fun. We'll make some make lots of videos. Anyway. Let's see. I did test the channel only of your twins so far. I have twin grandsons. Oh, your twins are 9. My grandsons are 10 and a half. fun. Let's see. I still have, oh, good. I hope you will. You should, so I started my questions list. I need to get with Chris. Chris always comes up with the best ideas. I need to get with Chris and iron out my questions. And then I'm going to do the first interview, and I'm hoping to do that maybe over the weekend, of a non-YouTube eBay seller, you know, to just get to know them. Oh, Tracy, super cute. And I love the iridescent card. Really, really cute. Who did you, Vistaprint? Yeah, they are wonderful. Putting them on business card magnets. I like it. Oh, thanks for the shout out too. I appreciate that. You think the vase is going to sell quickly? I don't know. I don't know. I'm worried. We'll see. You're welcome, Tracy. But you're probably right. You usually have a really good nose for that kind of thing. No, I don't. I don't have a first victim. You could be the first victim if you want, Chris, because you don't do YouTube videos. And it would make it probably easy for me too, going through this. So. Yeah, that's pretty exciting. Oh, sure. Absolutely. You can definitely be a victim too. And I mean, like my first few weeks will be filled up because as soon as I can, you know, I have Andy and I have Chris that can do one, and maybe able to talk Nancy into doing one if she's feeling up to it. And then I'm going to talk Tracy into doing, you know, just to doing an interview, and just, you know, if she wants to do that. And I'm really excited about it. I just got to get on the ball. I've been putting it off for a couple of weeks, and it's because I haven't figured out the format yet. Exactly. But I will be getting with Chris as soon as she is, like available. I know she's got some stuff going on right now. And then who knows, maybe I will do YouTubers too, because there are a lot of you guys that watch, like Thrifty Paper Garden. Julie has her own channel, which is actually good. Oh, what are you volunteering for? I'm going to start interviewing as just like one show a week. Or you could do like 6 of you in a video. If I could figure out how to manage that, oh yeah, I would. Hey, Val. I'm going to start interviewing, particularly, but not exclusively, non-YouTube eBay resellers, because they never get a voice unless they say something occasionally in a Facebook group. So I thought it would be interesting to kind of know their, to get like their story, to know their story. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. You'll take the center square. And then whenever I hear that, I always think of Hollywood Squares. Yeah, circle takes the square. So it'll be fun. I'm sure it'll be rough the first couple, and I will get it figured out. And of course, with a lot of feedback and input from you guys. So I'm kind of excited about it. Now, what should I price this at? Let's just make up a price. You guys are great. So I did actually, I remember the clock, the Southwestern lamp clock that I bought. It's like a leg lamp. It's not really. That I bought with that vase. I tested it. It does indeed work. It does indeed. Let's see. I've had this Tassimo forever. So I bought this Tassimo for like nothing. I think it was less than $1 because they were marked down. And I had to test it. So it sat in my kitchen. I cleaned it. It sat in my kitchen while I was testing it, for about 3 weeks. And we do want to know your story. I will put you on the list. Don't you worry. So it sat in there. I was able to buy the pods that go in these, because these are big and flat, and they don't. They're not the K-cup kind. So I was able to buy those at Blood Bath and Beyond, or Bed Bath and Beyond. And so then I kept drinking the coffee. Sat in there for a few weeks, and I would just make myself a cup of coffee, like every couple of days. So I finally took it downstairs, cleaned it up again, and took pictures of it finally today. And I'm hoping that this will sell. Looks like when they sell pretty well. I don't know which model this is. Not that one. Am I like the biggest procrastinator here? Oh my gosh. Why do we put stuff off for? I don't get it. I don't understand. Is it just that primal need for comfort? Okay, I hope she's doing well, Chris. Is she in the hospital still? Like, how long is she going to be in the hospital? Just keep us posted. I hope she recovers quickly. I know it's going to be a long, hard summer. Julie says she's in the witness protection program. You could come on as my alias, aka Incognita. Check out my older videos. Oh, maybe I will. But yeah, being procrastinator, it's like I just need to be comfortable. So I don't want to move. I don't want to do that thing I need to do. Let's see. Will says, I'm selling a bundle of LP records. And I said in the listing, they're good, bad, and ugly. Just had a message. Can I show a photo of the good, bad, and ugly records? They're Val says I look like a Kardashian. You're gonna want to have me on. I don't know. Is it Rob Kardashian that you look like? Andy says, heck no, I still haven't listed the Polaroid printer I got from our first church sale. Get on it. But I don't know. Some things are just like kryptonite when I get them home. And I don't want to list them. I just don't. And I will be the first to admit that there's stuff that I buy and almost immediately redonate, because I'm like, There is no way, Val, I'm just teasing you. But it's like I buy these things and I was excited at the time when I bought them, but then I'm not so excited about them anymore. Like they're going to be a pain to clean, or they're not going to be worth much. So I'd rather spend my time doing something else. I'm not going to get much listed today. I'm much too chatty. Hey, my husband brought me something home I want to share with you because this is just awesome. Look at this. Okay, look at it this way. Isn't that just cool? It is a wall art, wall hanging sign, whatever you want to call it. But he brought that home. I could not. He always brings me like cool stuff like this, and like beer tap handles, and lots of. He brought me home once a Mike's Hard Lemonade grill, barbecue grill, huge thing. But I can't find a comp for that, so I don't know. I've sold much smaller, uncooler signs for $40. So I haven't listed that. I just listed it locally just to see. Yeah, like in a tiki bar or a blues bar or something like that would be so cute. Tiki, like a lot of people have tiki bars at their home. They don't have blues bars at their home, but anyway, yeah, and that's that. Well, what I did was I put it on Facebook Marketplace first to see if I could avoid trying to ship that. It won't be that bad, but it is a big item. And if I don't put enough packaging on it, they'll break it because it's wood. They'll bend it. So, but I did put it on Facebook Marketplace just to see if there's any interest in it. I listed it at $75. It's a lot of money, but I figure they're going to, and I did put Man Cave in that listing, but I figure they're going to try and lowball me anyway. So we'll just see. That's a T20, I'm pretty sure is what that is. Okay. So, but yeah, that was a pretty cool thing that he brought me home. And if it doesn't sell locally, then I will just list it on eBay. Oh, so it looks like my Tassimo, is that the right one? Looks like my Tassimo, yes, will go for about $40, maybe 50. So, and I could probably throw in some cake, some little pods with it, but I think I'll keep them to test the next one that I buy, because I probably will buy a next one. So did we ever figure out what was the deal? Like, this didn't happen that long ago, but what was the deal with the guy that drove into people on the sidewalk in Canada and Toronto? I mean, really? At last that I heard last night, there were like 9 people dead and 16 people injured. I mean, that's just craziness. That's just craziness. Let's see, this is a kitchen. I don't know what that was all about, but I did notice that the guy, they showed the footage of the guy getting out of the vehicle and pointing an object at the police. And what do you know? They didn't shoot him or anything. I was talking to my husband last night, and I said, yeah, Val, I don't normally, my husband told me about it, and then so I had to go watch some videos about it. But if that had happened here, unfortunately, that person would have been shot and killed. And, because the police here just don't play. But in Canada, I'm sure that they said, "Excuse me, sir, could you please put down whatever it is you're holding? We'd like to take you into custody. And I'm sure, because that guy was in Canada, he probably just did. But they arrested, detained someone, but they aren't releasing info yet. That's what I heard last night. I can't wrap my head around that. Like, how do you get to that spot? Like, how does the progression of thought that takes you to that place? I don't understand. What I will show you that was this. Don't mind the film. But look at that little sweetness right there. Oh, she's so cute. Sorry. I just had to share that because she is adorable and she is my house companion here. World's gone mental. I'm telling you what, I just, because, you know, my husband will say, you guys have more diseases here than anywhere else in the world. And I'm like, well, okay, we've got a lot of people here, but so mental health issues are becoming huge in our country. Just check out the local ER. They are, and you know, I'm one of those people. I used to think my dad was just like, Dad, you come up with the craziest ideas, and you know, like this conspiracy theorist. And my dad was right about so much stuff, but I think a lot of it is the poison that we're eating, and you know, there's some social habits here, like sensationalized violence and sexualized everything, and just medications. There's just so much stuff that has clouded people. I don't know. I just don't know. I have a pal. I have a plan. We all have the same flag, a white cross on a white background, and we all wave it like mad. Is that the plan? But then the people that are trying to you know, fake it are waving the flag too. So I don't know. We got to do something. We got to do something about treating people that need to be treated. And I just don't know what the answer is. I wish I did. Ooh, that's just too heavy of a. But I don't understand social media nonstop. Got to legalize Mary Jane. That's my answer. I don't disagree with that. So I'm going to tell you something. I was just like looking. This is so funny. I was just looking at, you know, on the right side of Facebook, they advertise like other groups or something that you might be interested in. And there was this group that I thought, oh, it's a small group. Maybe I would like that. So I click on join, and there were 3 questions, and a lot of groups have, you know, like entry questions. And the first one was something innocuous, like, how did you hear about us? And the second one was another innocuous question. And the third question was, do you have a stick up your butt? And I thought, I'm probably the person they're talking about. This is probably one of those groups where they either are vulgar, really vulgar, and I mean, I'm not a prude, but I just don't. It doesn't, vulgarity doesn't need to be everywhere. Um, or they're a group that like complains about everything or thinks eBay is out to get them or something. And so I hit cancel because I thought this probably isn't a group for me. And I just got a response that said they approved my request to join. And I'm like, I don't want to be in that group. Karen Barker is here. Hi. She said, hi, everyone. On my way home from the day job to my night job, eBay. Nice. Be careful if you're on your way home. But anyway, God, I wish I was this upbeat all the time. We saw commercials last night for bipolar, and my husband said, I don't know what that is. And I was trying to explain mania. Maybe I should just have him watch this video. I am not bipolar, by the way. That's one thing I'm not. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what this is. Maybe, I guess I just missed you guys. I don't know. Let's see. Pictures on here. I'm not getting much listed, but I'm getting a little bit's happening. I hope you guys are having a little more success. Unless you're Andy, who's just sitting, listening. Val says, my mom used to call my dad a stick in the mud. Right. Bipolar is a white bear that likes boys and girls. I'm glad you were able to clear that up. Maybe it's just a bear that likes both poles, north and south. Silly, silly, silly. I guess I did. I think I did just miss you guys. I mean, I go in spurts where I'll, be live every day, and then you won't see me for a week, and because that's just how life works. But I do miss you guys, so I'm hoping to by creating this other segment, this other show. I hate calling it a show. It's not a show. But Val says I was gone too long. We went stir crazy. It has only been it's been more than a week. I think it was. I did a live show like last week sometime. I think I caused mental illness. Now that I may do. That might happen. So I don't know. Maybe it's been a week or 10 days since I posted anything. I've been meaning to do like a sales video, but even though I've had that great number of sales, the genre, thank you. Even though I've had that number of sales, not all of them were very good. There was a lot that I was selling for. Okay, I drew the line. That's right, Tracy. Now you have to start making you have to start making some YouTube videos. Anyway, I got this offer. I don't know how this happened, but I had this little hand mirror, not a very expensive one, but a vintage one. And it was priced at like $4 and change. And I don't even know how really that happened. But I've been playing around with my prices, so I may have accidentally done it. Val, you should be texting me. Anyway, I got an offer for $2 on it. I'm like, are you kidding me? No. So I declined the offer, and then I went and increased the price. But not that I would have taken the $4 for it probably just to get rid of it. But come on now. You're really going to try and make a best offer on a $4 item? No. Come on. So anyway, some of the prices that I sold things for was really kind of pathetic. But it was clearing out some inventory that is not in my business model. So, Yeah, Tracy needs to make some videos. Put out some content. Is anybody else seeing crazy stuff like this? Because I am seeing it, and I don't know if it's my browser. I don't know if eBay's sickly. But are you guys seeing things like this when you're listing? Like when you're, these are all the item specifics that they came up with for this coffee pot. And I mean, like mattress size, firing block, Lego theme, hat color. I mean, I'm sure it's glitchiness, but it's making me crazy. Making me crazy. So I really don't know what's going on. Linda says it can't be a glitch because eBay never glitches. Okay, as long as it's not just me. Hey, Kelly Shopping Corner. Thanks for being here. You were hiding back there just listening, and I pulled you out of your little comfort zone. Let's see, Amelia, you've been having that too, and when I'm listing, the shipping option that I want is not listed. Just weird stuff. Yeah, I wish they would up their software game, because this is not, it's getting worse and worse. Let's see, Tracy says, motivated now, and I will post my next thrift haul and weekly sales videos. Nice. Very nice. Here we go. Tracy, I just subscribed to you. So there's some pressure for you. Oh, geez. I'm going to go check out this page and just see. I mean, their thumbnail, like their channel art or their page art says, take the stick out of your ass. I don't think this is a place I want to be. I recognize some names in here, though. Lots of names that I recognize. So maybe I should stick around and see what's up. We'll just see. Let's go. Oh yeah, you guys. Good job, Linda. You're so nice. I wish I was nice like you. I aspire to be nice like you. Let's just put a little more pressure on. I don't know why I haven't been watching her videos, but I will start watching. Let's see. Linda says she's a bitch, but she plays a nice person on TV. And Val says she'll sub to you, so I bet we can get you there. Oh, I bet we get you there, Tracy. You'll hit 100. Then the pressure will be on. That's good. Let's see if I can get another draft listed. It's raining here in Columbus today. Kind of just a wet, yucky day. Look at that. Number 99. Oh, it's snowing there. Oh. Oh, nice, Tracy. Looks like we're gonna get you there. And that's awesome. Let's see, I think I've done all that. Oh, 100. Wow. I love it when stuff like that happens. I'm never the person to think of it. It's windy here. Tammy, where are you again? I know, I ask you all the time. 100. Oh, that's great. I'm glad you hit 100. Oh, windy. I hate windy. I always think windy's either blowing in a storm or it's drying up after a storm here in Jacksonville. Well, I would be okay if it was windy and I was there. Oh, good for you, Andy. Andy cleaned out her pantry and got rid of a lot of stuff and took it to the food bank. She made a deposit. So there is a church sale. It starts Thursday, I'm pretty sure, right here in my little town, and pretty excited about hitting it because they usually have some pretty good stuff. So beach sand is a pain when it's windy, though. Oh, I bet. Ooh, I bet it is. That's one thing I always thought, because like living in Florida is like one of the things that I'd want to do in my lifetime, and I always think about how much sand you must sweep up in any given day, just from it being tracked through the house. Faye Roberson, how are you, honey? Hope you're doing well. Faye is one of my favorite people, hands down one of my favorite people. And I'm fortunate in that I have a lot of favorite people. But you're right, Kathy, the best sales, the best. Let me see what time it starts, Andy. Let's see. I don't remember. I guess I could just look at that picture I sent you. But what fun would that be? Oh, you're my bestie too. I got to get down to Gadsden one of these days. One of these days I will. Oh, I'd rather sweep sand than shovel snow any day from your mouth to God's ear. We have a church sale coming up on the 28th that did pretty well at the last time. The one that we're going to on Thursday, I've gone twice and I've done pretty well, for like stuff for my house and for like for resale too. So let's see. Oh, oh, Andy, it starts tomorrow at 5 o'clock p.m. So if you want to do it, I don't know if you are available at that time. Andy says you did some more research on that Jujube diaper bag and found the exact pattern. No other listings for the pattern. I'm hopeful. Good for you. Good. I hope that does well. Andy got this great diaper bag for $2 or $1, I think $1 at the last church sale we were at. We got lots of good stuff. And I agree, Faye. Church sales are awesome. Let me look at these pictures. $1, yeah. Do you think, Andy, you would be able to go tomorrow at 5 o'clock? Maybe we could go a little early and hit the Goodwill that's across the street from it. I'm just saying. Looks like they got a lot of shoes. Looks like they got a lot of everything. And let's see. I don't know what those are. I think they're just light bulbs. You can go at 5, but not before. There's no pressure. You don't have to go tomorrow. We can go the next day. Light bulbs. Sylvania Deluxe. See if those are worth anything. You have to go at the start. There are quite a few people who are competitive at church sales, and I'm not competitive at all. I'll just get what I get. Val says we have a church sale coming this weekend. Members can have early access the night before. I'll be waiting at the door. That's awesome. Let's see. I'll look at these light bulbs and see if they're worth anything. So a lot of 8 sold for $29.99 with free shipping. 6 sold for $15 with free shipping. I do not want to touch these, I don't think. Although the shipping shouldn't be too bad because they're light bulbs, so they'd be light. It's the name, right? Oh, that kill me sometimes. You should have to hang out with this all the time. Anyway. Just depends on what they want for them. Okay, let's see if there's any others. It's a state sale. But there are no pictures. And it's behind the Scioto Chapel United Methodist Church on 316. I don't know. 50 million comedians out of a job and you try to be funny, and that's the truth. No, it's so true. Okay. How about if I get back to listing, which is my actual job, instead of the job that I'm trying to take? Right. I give up. Has anyone got any idea where I put 2 drinking glasses I sold? Oh no. I hate it when I can't find what I'm looking for. It's like YouTube. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I got a message. I sold a little Mexican pottery nativity in April, because why wouldn't you, for $45. And I put, these are little figures, and there's, I don't know, 14 of them or something. And I put that I'd be sending them in a padded flat rate. And whenever I ship something like that in a padded flat rate, it's always walked. It's always wrapped really well and then in a box in the padded flat rate. But so the buyer sent me this message that says, "Hello, is this really coming in a flat rate envelope? They are vintage and fragile. Please package them carefully for me. Thank you." So I sent a message back to this buyer because I understand how that can raise someone's anxiety, that I would make sure that they were packed carefully, and that if I didn't feel like they would ship well in the padded flat rate, that I would upgrade to a box and not charge her any more shipping. You know, because I would just as soon they not get broken, because you know the then I have to refund her money, and then I have to like file a claim. So you're hot, Will. You're hot. Keep going the way you're going. It's getting colder. Getting colder. Let's see. Last weekend it was the first community sale with two churches, and I'm sitting here staring at a mountain of stuff. I don't know where to start. Start at the top. Just pick one. Val says I had a fabric item destroyed in a padded flat rate amount, $40 last week. Not if you're not if you make the claim. If it was in a padded flat rate, then it's a priority. It's priority mail, so it's insured if you're not top rated up to $50. If you're top rated, it's insured for free up to $100. Make the claim. Go to the USPS website. Hit the help tab at the top, and file a claim will be one of your options. Make sure that you're doing that in I think you have to do it in Google Chrome so that it works correctly and your drop downs will work. File a claim. If you haven't done it before, don't give up. You don't know how to get okay. So do you have a PDF printer? In other words, when you are looking at your printer options in your drop down, when you're printing something, is an option Microsoft PDF? If nothing else, do Control P and print it out and scan it in. Let's see. If you have Snagit, you can get it. Take a picture of it with your phone. Take a picture of the invoice, and then put that picture on your desktop, and then you can do it there. I got solutions, girl. You don't know how to do a PDF. Okay. If you have that option, it'll be in your drop down. Let me show you what I mean. Let's see. So let's just say I wanted to. So this is your print box, right? If you hit the drop down, you should have some other options. One of the options could be Microsoft Print to PDF. Then take the picture and put it in an email in your phone and email it to yourself. Then go to your desktop and open that email and save it to your desktop. But anyway, see if you've got this option in your print, and see if Microsoft Print to PDF is an option. And if so, hit OK. Hit OK. And it will save it like this. Test. There it is. And then it probably saved that to my documents. Probably saved it to my desktop. Let's see. It saved it somewhere for sure. Let's see downloads. No. Didn't know where you saved it. Here we go. And there it is. See if you've got that. You can also do a screen. Should be able to do like a screen print where you hit the print screen button. And okay, enough of that. Anyway. Yeah, there's no reason to let them have that $40 just because you've got some technical difficulties doing what you need to do. We'll figure out a way for you to do that. But and then once you make that claim, I usually have gotten the check within like the next week. So sometimes I make the claim on Friday, and Wednesday or Thursday or Friday of the next week, I'll have the check. And you don't even always have to put in like proof of damage. Just putting in the proof that it was cost that much. And usually when you print that PDF, it will have that you refunded it. So it will show them that you refunded it. So anyway, I hope that helps. I'm not very good at explaining things, and you would think I'd be better because I was a trainer. I was a corporate trainer. He's a wonderful, wonderful man. Now he's got like a Corona Premier little cooler. Never ever give up. That is it. Laying down and dying is not an option. This little metal cooler that he's like, do you want this? He sent pictures slashed right through my package. He was so mad. I bet he was. I bet he was so upset. Let's see. Looks like these coolers that he's bringing me go for a bit. Actually, I don't see the one that he's got. It's a Corona Premier all metal cooler that he just texted me and said, hey, do you want this? I'm like, yes, I do. Because free stuff is good. All right, I'm going to go to Amazon real quick. Amazon. And see if I can list this. I won't list it because I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm going to see if I have the ability to list this Apple item over there, because some Apple products are no, stop. Some Apple items are restricted. Gosh, if I could just find my nouns or verbs or other parts of speech. I hate it when your fingers are one key over on the row and you type it and it looks all crazy. Yeah, that happens. Okay. Let me see which one this is. Well, this might not. This is probably not an Apple product. This is probably made by Square. It's just for iPad. So, let me see which one this is. So I may not have to worry about it at all. This would be something really cool if I had an iPad. If I decided to do a standalone I don't know, business of some sort. Let's see. Which, let's face it, I'm not doing. Hey, we should come up with something like the pet rock that everybody had to have and sell 1 million. Nice, wouldn't it? Let's see. What are you selling for? These are currently unavailable on Amazon. And let me see if there's any information about what they sell for. All right, it's sold used. There's none in stock. Linda, help me figure this out. There's none in stock. It looks like the last one sold used in February of 2007. But I can never figure this out. Let me look at Campbell. Humpback. Okay. Sold as low as $50 in November. But I don't know, did that one have, like, did it not have all the accessories? I don't know, Linda, what would you do? These sell between 100 and 150 over on Amazon or over on eBay, and those are like auctions. I want to invent a recliner that has a that has an activated charcoal filter for the old farts in our lives. Oh, this group is great. I just got to figure out how to. Researching, thank you. This is the, just get rid of the old fart. Wouldn't that be something? Keeping it real. This is the, for the iPad 2, it's the 3rd generation. 30 pin. And I can give you I'm so bad at Amazon. I've done it, but I'm really bad at it. Really bad. Let's see. She's looking at that. I go back here and look at this. It's so hard for me. Like when there's no currents, then I have to ask Linda, well, what should I price it at? And then when there are currents, I'm like, well, Linda, what should I price this at? Boy, I feel you, Julie. I love him, and nobody else will have me. Going home to my mother. She loves me even if my clothes are old and ugly. That's a line from a Shirley Temple movie. I just got a fancy thing because it was half off. Let's see what else. Let's see which one this is. I'm just happy to put that wherever it will make me more money. This is the DGB 550. Is it? Oh, it was a payment. for a for a enamel. Chris was with me when I bought this, and I dropped it in the parking lot. And an enamel cake dot. I'm gonna get to that today. I'm gonna try and get to that today. It does work though. I did test it and it works. Yep, will do. Oh, the struggle is real. Let's text Linder. Six, 8, 0, 3, 1, 2, 1. Okay. Let's see, Faye. There you go again, being funny. Quoting Shirley Temple. My 3 o'clock appointment canceled, and I'm so happy. I could use some hair cutting skills. I'm a hot mess here. Let's see. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, I can't list that. Okay. No worries, Nate. I will put it over here. I didn't test that clock to your hot mess too. I throw my ponytail in a ball cap. Yeah, I just washed 2 ball caps so I could make that happen with this head of hair. I love Shirley Temple though, Faye, don't you? I just love me some Shirley Temple. Is it 5 o'clock yet? Honey, you can have a cocktail. Go ahead. As long as you're not cutting anybody's hair right now, you can have a cocktail. I gotta figure out supper. Because it ain't gonna figure itself out, is it? School bus is dropping kids off. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll give Linda's just sent me what she thinks, and I think I'll just give eBay a shot. I think I might be able to get more there. All right. Love Shirley Temple. My twin and I used to dance like her. Oh my gosh, she was just so amazing. I love me some Shirley Temple. Found them. They were in a box with a pair of running shoes. You shouldn't run and drink. Let's see. We do good food takeout, not garbage. I don't cook anymore except maybe once a week in a crock. I'm done. Well, I still have to cook. And trying to balance something healthy. Last night he had, I didn't feel like eating dinner last night, so I didn't. But I clearly made up for that today with my DQ. Last night I did hummus and fresh vegetables, olives, and he had some pita bread with it. And that was what we did for dinner. And then I had Nescafe, and then we Nescafe with Fig Newtons. So we had a couple of Fig Newtons. And then we had hot tea, and I had sesame seeds. I always call them sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, and he had nuts. To live on soup sandwiches and cereal. I wish I could. I love sandwiches. I do love my sandwiches, and I do love my potato soup too. I like soup. I don't know if I could live on it, but oh, I did an eggplant. I think that's what I'm going to have for dinner. I saw this recipe yesterday for this eggplant that was sliced in the round, and then she, pardon my countryness, walled it in flour and then an egg batter and then panko, and she put it in the oven a little tiniest little bit of butter on each one, and she baked it in the oven, and it was so crispy. It looked so good. And I know those breadcrumbs are not good for me, but we're in a transition period now, so I can't just turn off the switch and say you're never going to have white bread again. You know, like, I can't do that to myself. So we're just going to gradually move into this. But me having eggplant for dinner is a big deal because I really like that with, I don't know, a sandwich of something else, like some kind of meat or something. But I think I'll just cook that eggplant and have that. It'll be really good. Maybe not quite as good as a fried green tomato, but probably close. I do love me some fried green tomatoes too. They're so good. Let's see. I don't know. What's a because I know a lot of you are from around here, but a lot of you are not. What is a like dish that is? I've asked this question before, but I don't care. What is a dish that is like? Give me vegetables, all of them. That's why you're so thin, because you eat all the vegetables. What's a dish that is like that is part of your heritage or is famous where you came from? Potato pancakes. Oh, those are good. So like the things that we would be famous for where I'm from, besides Kentucky Fried Chicken, some would be like Kentucky, like the hot brown. If you've ever had a hot brown, which is like an open faced sandwich with like a béarnaise or a hollandaise sauce or some kind of sauce on it, is really good. We have that. We have Derby pie, which is like a chocolate chip pecan pie. It's really good. And of course, you know, just your typical fried green tomatoes and sweet tea and fried chicken and that kind of stuff. But I love me some regional food too. I love food, period. I got to figure out how to describe this Southwest table lamp decor table lamp clock. I don't know if the clock works, and I'm going to say that. I don't know if the clock works. Yes, they are supposed to be a little tart, and they kind of offset that if you serve them with like some prepared horseradish. It's like a really good balance. Get that little tart and then you get that little bit of heat. And I don't like hot stuff, but man, horseradish is good. It's a really nice balance. But yeah, they're supposed to be like a tart taste. Julie says Midwestern hot dishes with tater tots. I've never heard of the term hot dish until I worked with a girl from Minnesota. Val says we're Hungarian Polacks, like our pierogies, potato pancakes, the latkes, cabbage and stuffed peppers. I was just watching. Okay, so I went down a rabbit hole yesterday. Somehow I found this channel called Jenny Can Cook. And I don't think she uploads videos anymore, but she's got quite a few. Turns out I'm like, I know this lady. I know this lady. Where do I know this lady from? It's Jenny Jones, the talk show host from like the early 90s. And she's also like Polish, and she did her stuffed cabbage rolls in this video, and I'm like, they looked so good. They were so different than mine. Like the preparation was similar, but like it was different. Hers were baked, mine are not. Mine are boiled. But it was just like, I want to try them like that. So okay, Sandy, I get it. You want in my lap. Yeah, the horseradish changes the dynamic there because there's a little bit of heat there. Chicken paprikash, eat that a lot. Entered a cook-off in Cleveland. My sister-in-law won. Sister-in-law, son-in-law, sister-in-law. I don't know that I've ever had that. Let's see, fish and chips. Yeah, Will's British. Yeah, deep fried cod and batter. I love me some deep fried fish. I do like some deep fried fish. Here, like a good beer batter is good, but I usually, when I'm cooking it at home, just roll it in like a seasoned cornmeal. Really good. Yes, I can fathom that. It sounds good. Yeah, if you have the opportunity to try them again, try them and get the horseradish with them. Much better. It's much better. Sandy, what are you doing? What are you doing? So, sister-in-law, and she got her recipe from the Morning Exchange. Won't give it up. Nice. I will have to look into that. I'm trying to figure out how to do. Oh, what are those, Amelia? Buroks? Explain. Trying to figure out how to do cabbage rolls meatless, and I haven't figured it out because I don't think my husband likes mushroom, because I would probably do them with some mushroom and some I don't know, I might do potato in them or something like that, because I'm trying to not eat meat too much. I've eaten it twice today. I'm not trying very hard today. So what are you doing, baby cat? What are you doing? Sandy's going under the knife on the 10th. So we're dealing with her yowling and howling and trying to run outside. Maybe use tofu. I thought about that. And that may be the route I go. I wonder if I can buy like tofu crumbles. No, I'm getting her spayed on the 10th. That was the quickest, because I'm going to go to one of those lower cost places and get her chipped and all of that stuff. So it's going to be on the 10th. So we're just dealing with her yowling and running and being crazy for a couple more cycles until I can get her in there. So, but I'll drop her off at like 7:30 in the morning. And see you, Tracy. Take care. But drop her up about 7:30 in the morning, and then pick her up about 5 o'clock at night, and she'll be all ready to go. And I'm hoping that she will make Boca crumbles are good. Now I have used those in tacos, I think, Boca crumbles. And you know what else is good at, like, in place of tacos? Oh, thanks, Tracy. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Morningstar Farms makes soybean meat not bad really. Um, one of the things that I used to make mock meat tacos was those Madras, you know, the pouch of lentils, and it's like a lentil soup kind of thing that's really thick. And I think it's made by a company called Madras. And it's actually really good. There's a nice cumin taste in it. And I've filled taco shells with that before, and those are actually pretty good. So that may be something I go back to, because I think I'm allowed to have certain, not white flour tortilla shells, but some kind of corn taco shell, like a corn, whatever those are called. I forget right now. Can't think of what they're called. But corn tortillas. Duh. I think there may be some of those I can have. Don't eat meat. I can't digest it at all. So I eat vegetables in bulk. Well, I guess that would be about right. I wish I couldn't digest meat. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't eat it. Because it's like probably the biggest addiction I'll ever have to break. Probably bigger than sugar. It's good. Can't find it there. Bureks is dough with ground beef, cabbage, onions, and spices. So good. They're similar to runzas. I'm going to have to look these up now. You're going to have to get down for a second. I haven't gotten much listed, but boy, I've had a good time with you guys. So let me look this up, Amelia. Let's see. I think they have something like this in probably every culture, just like cabbage rolls, like that goes across a lot of different cultures. I mean, they'll make it a little different, but this looks like something called sambusek or samosas, like a lot of Middle Eastern. There's a lot of different Middle Eastern versions of this. The bread is different. It's more like a wonton wrapper kind of thing. The lentil soup you can't find. I've found that at either Costco or Sam's. I think Costco is the only place I can find it. But you might be able to order it online too. Amazon may have it. You know, if that's a thing that you do. But I do like that soup, and it's a good meat substitute. But yeah, meat is like, so addicting. The more you eat of it, the more you want of it. And I know I watch all the shows to try and shock my brain into not wanting to consume an animal. But I can't. I'm working on it. I know chicken's my favorite, Julie. It is absolutely my favorite. You guys have fancy food names. I don't know any of this. Well, I only know the Arab stuff because, you know, I cook for my husband, and so it has Arab names. But I guess, you know, we all come from somewhere, and you know, we always have these backgrounds and these cultures that go somewhere, and apparently on either side of my head. But you know, so those kind of foods are passed down. So I mean, I have the Southern thing, but coincidentally, the farther south you go, and in different areas, like rice is a thing. Rice is a big deal. Rice is a staple at dinner time. Never had rice at dinner time in my life until I was married to an Arab, or maybe went to a Mexican restaurant. I take that back. But I always had rice for breakfast. Mom would make rice and put sugar and butter in it, like grits or like oatmeal or something. Let's see. You would be a vegetarian if you didn't like chicken so much. Chicken is going to be a hard one for me because, you know, I could get away with not eating ground beef because I could just eat ground chicken or ground turkey, even though it's not exactly the same. I don't eat pork. I haven't eaten pork in probably a decade, more than a decade. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, I don't know what to make because I'm not eating meat. So that's the struggle. Maybe Faye can help. Um, let's see. You haven't eaten pork or red meat in 35 years. Wow. Well, I guess I should just give up red meat at this point. Just give it up after the 3 pounds of ground chuck has gone out the fridge. But there's no more beef in there. Like I said, my twin sister and I didn't have a choice. It's been an issue forever. I mean, I guess it's the same thing with a diabetic not being able to eat sugar and like simple carbs, simple carbohydrates. Golly, but we all have some kind of struggle. Oh, sauerkraut. Oh, I love sauerkraut. It's good with meat in it, isn't it? So anyway, they were looking at these studies with these Chinese people and how they were so healthy, but they eat a lot of like white rice and stuff like that, but very little meat. I mean, the older generations ate very little meat. That little piece of meat was really used just for seasoning, and to have a little tiny piece of meat. But, now we eat these gigantic pieces. Let's see. Val says, my husband cherished his Italian heritage, Italian everything. Then last year we traced his ancestry. He's not Italian at all. He's Croatian. He's been baffled since. I think that's happening a lot with these ancestry DNA, my heritage, my 23andMe, all of these different people are learning, like, to the best of the ability of these tests, like where they really come from. It's something that I'm planning on doing in the near future, is to get it tested and see what the deal is. I've got cousins, like this one string of cousins, my dad's sister, through the family of my dad's sister. And they're all now you can tell I'm a very light complected person, but this part of the family, they look Hispanic. My aunt did, her daughter did, her daughter's kids did, my aunt's grandchildren, and her great grandchildren all look Hispanic. It's very bizarre. So my cousin, one of my cousins, has done his DNA and he's waiting for the results. It's crazy. Let's see. All right, Linda, we'll see ya. Yeah, we get to work. I'm looking at recipes. I need to get over here and do this one listing. That. You guys are so awesome. I just enjoy this so much because we've been here for 2 hours. And I've listed like 3 whole things, but there's been some research done and there's been some sharing of information, and I like that, of course. I laughed, and we had to tell his kids they weren't Italian. They didn't care. No. I mean, I don't know what it's going to turn out. I've always thought I was Scots-Irish because of the area in Kentucky where my family originated, and a great deal of like Welsh and British and that kind of thing, like that area. But who knows? I might find that I'm Scandinavian or I'm Russian or who knows? I'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. And then it won't matter because I'll still be who I am. And I'll still love, Ireland and Great Britain and all of that. And in this country as well. Yeah, I know. I think that's probably the truth where I'm concerned too is All right, flipping for fun. I'm being held hostage by my Mr. French, my big black cat who lays on front of my, on the front of you, paws around my neck and licks me to death. Who can work? Oh, but what a fun time. What a good reason not to work. Um, Bluebird says, it's fun to do the DNA test. My grandfather had a tattoo that was a tribute to his Native American ancestry, and then it turned out there wasn't any Native American DNA after all. That's kind of interesting. See ya, Kathy. Take care. That, you know, to believe that you're Native American and then end up not being Native American in the least. Interesting. Which just goes to show that we only know as much as the science can tell us, but it's definitely a little more solid than what trickles down word of mouth, because people can misinterpret things and misunderstand things and just not be right. Some things. Yeah, exactly like the phone game. I don't think that we've been the best storytellers. There are a lot of cultures that have historically had a there were a verbal culture, and they didn't write things down. They told the stories over and over again. And I'm sure that there was a little bit of something lost or added as those stories were told. But for the most part, they stayed true to it because that was the only record that they had. Native Americans and Inuits and Bedouins and lots of other cultures had this verbal record that they would tell their kids the same stories, and their kids would tell their kids the same stories about their heritage. But I don't think we're as good at it as maybe they were. Let's see. Let's see if the mobile friendly checker's working today. I haven't even tried it once. Oh, look at that. It came up, but it won't let me click on the button. So how about no? Well, I can put these pictures in here. I'm not used to having the pictures when I'm writing the draft. Okay. So I have tried to learn Arabic about 100 times so far, and I just can't get it. I think I would be better off if you just dropped me in the country there and just made me speak it every minute of every day, and that would be the only way I could survive. But I just can't get it. So lately, I've just started listening to these lectures, and it's a lady, a native Arab speaker. She's from Syria, I think, and she's teaching a class in Malaysia how to speak Arabic. And I've just been watching these shows, and I've had them on. Their videos on YouTube. Had them on, and I've just been listening and listening and listening. Yesterday, I learned the days of the week, which will be useful, I guess, someday. I don't know. And that's all I picked up for this hour and a half lecture. There was a lot more to it. They went over 4 letters, which I know the letters. I've studied them enough. But man, it's so hard. It'd be different if I was trying to learn Spanish, where at least the letters were similar, and you can read in a Spanish book and figure out how it sounds. But golly, Arabic is hard. All right. Julie says, my dad was adopted in 1930. So as far as family background, we just made it up. That's tough. That's tough. And I've been watching all of these episodes of Long Lost Family about people that were adopted and then reunited with family members. And can you imagine how, I can understand how, even if you had a good family life, how disconnected you might feel a little bit, not the same as them. Totally get that. Val says, my friend in Korea told me that she and her siblings gave their parents money every month. They put their older people on a pedestal. I thought that was wonderful. So a lot of other cultures are the same. And so my husband supports his dad and sends money every week. Every month. And they don't put their old folks in a nursing home unless they just cannot care for them, unless there's just they can't provide the medical care. They don't put them in homes. They keep them at home and they take care of them, which I think is wonderful. The thought of me doing it, I can't imagine how much work that would be, but I love the idea of it, of keeping your old folks at home. Like my grandmother neither of them never went into nursing homes. They stayed at home. My mom took care of her mom until she passed away from cancer. My mom took care of her for about 4 to 6 months because she could no longer care for herself. And my other grandmother was 83, 84 when she passed away. And she essentially got sick, went to the hospital and passed away. But she didn't go into a nursing home. And I wish we were more like that. I wish we were more family centric in this country. And me saying that, my family is not particularly close. So I kind of wish we were. Faye says, I have a sign in my office that says I make it up as I go along. This is so true. I can see that in you. And I kind of make it up as I go along too. Never do that to my mom unless she wanted that, right? And it's a hard choice to make. It's a difficult decision because you want to do the best thing, but we've created a society where it's so hard to survive if you don't have a 2-income family, and healthcare is incredibly expensive. And it's not easy. It's not easy to do. It's really not. So I don't know what the answers are. I wish I did. It'd be so nice. Somebody just had, Sarah, what's the answer to this? And I could tell them. That'd be awesome. But it doesn't work that way. And I don't have the answers to anything. But, every once in a while I say to my mom, Shady Pines, Ma, Shady Pines. So, fortunately, she's still able to stay at home. Is that a crack? I don't think that's a crack. She stays at home with her husband. I'm going to tell my kids it's our culture too. They have to start sending money when they turn 30. That'd be nice because my oldest daughter just turned 30. But as long as I keep my husband around, I don't think I have to worry about anything because he's going to turn 35 this summer. So So I should be okay. Shady Pines. I love me some Golden Girls. I just watched which I didn't even know it was a thing, the Designing Women reunion show that they had on. I guess they did it in the 90s, maybe the late 90s, and it had the original cast members on it. Plus, it had Alice Ghostley, and Alice Ghostley played Bernice, and she's kind of wacky. But I had forgotten that Alice Ghostley goes as far back. Her career goes as far back as To Kill a Mockingbird. She played a small role in To Kill a Mockingbird. She was one of the neighbors that was like gossipy, kind of gossipy. Maybe she was Dill's Aunt Rachel. May have been who she played, but I've forgotten that she goes back that far. And of course, she was on Bewitched too. I think she played Samantha's aunt, or was she the neighbor? I gotta look. I was just watching Annie Potts on Young Sheldon. Awesome character, Meemaw. I have not watched Young Sheldon yet, but I've heard it's. Yeah, I know what it's about. It's Sheldon Cooper when he was young. It's fun to see Annie Potts and Young Sheldon, the spinoff Big Bang Theory. Yeah, she played Esmeralda's cousin Alice on Mayberry RFD. Did she play Esmeralda? Who did she play? Hold on. Let's see. Oh, gotcha. Gladys Kravitz was the neighbor, and she died, and they brought on Alice Ghostley, who played a semi-regular role of Esmeralda, a shy witch who served as a maid and babysitter to the Stevens household. Nice. I love that stuff. I'll have to watch it because I love Big Bang Theory. I think it's hilarious. I don't know why. But, oh, wow, she's been on lots of stuff. She was in Grease. She was in The Graduate. Wow. Anyway, if I could just get this listing done, because I can't stay out of rabbit holes. Go ask Alice. Ghostley, when you're 10 feet tall. No? Anyone? Let's see. When I worked in corporate America, everyone called me Blanche. I can see it from the Golden Girls. Funny. I want to be Sophia. I always wanted to look like Samantha Stevens. The kid who plays young Sheldon is perfect. I know. Wasn't she just gorgeous? Elizabeth Montgomery with her perfect little button nose. There is not a graceful, there's no evidence of good breeding in my bone structure. I am who I am. But it would be nice to have white knights talking backwards. Exactly. With me. That was such a song. That was such a great song. Everybody loves that song still to this day. But yeah, love me some Elizabeth Montgomery. Love those shows though. Mary Tyler Moore, who passed away not that long ago. I know I talk about this very often because I'm so nostalgic. I can't help it. Can't help it. All right. Good breeding, exactly. Yeah, there's no good breeding here. I've got the bone structure of a workhorse. It is 4:21 my time. We're sturdy stock. That is exactly it. I'm big boned. I got big meat wrapped around the big bones. Um, but I'll work on getting a little thinner. So anyway, I'm going to go until about 4:30. And then I'm going to clean up my mess. I did get some stuff listed. I'm back up to, that doesn't feel right. Let's see. Had some stuff in. I did. Yes. List these. So I'm back up. Midwest Girl Sturdy Stock. Yeah. Corn fed. Kind of. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Yes, Sandy, come on up here. Come on. I gotta trim your nails again, but I hate doing it. Do you want up here or not? Because I'm afraid I'll hurt you. That's why. At least you're working. That's more than I can say. Well, I'm sort of working. I'm having a lot more fun than the work that I'm doing, but I did get up to 600 listings again. So I had been like over 700, almost 750. And I was really pushing to get that number up. And recently I've decided, hold the presses. Not everything that you've got in your store are things that you want to have in your store. And it's driving down some of your other numbers, some of your traffic numbers. So I have deleted out quite a bit. I've deleted quite a bit and pulled it, and actually I've mentally pulled it. I have a couple of lists here, and I have sold a lot of stuff lately, and I have back down to 600. But you'll get there. You will get there. And I can tell you're not working, by the way, but that's okay. Every once in a while you can have a little fun. But you'll get to 200. I mean, I feel like I'll never get to 1,000, but I'm not sure that that's my goal. If I could, I mean, I know it's dangerous to compare yourself to other resellers. That can, because it's not good for you. You know, you got to compare you against you. But our current home is full. So I see these things on Instagram, and I see these like posts where they only have like 160 things listing, but they're selling as much as me. Like, they're not that I'm be all end all. I don't mean that at all, but their numbers are the same as mine. Or even more than mine. Let's see. In the last 60 days, which my sales have been off, but in the last 60 days, I have done just shy of $5,000, which normally I do about $3,000 a month. And I've seen people that don't have 600 listings, and they're selling $6,000 a month. And part of it is because their average sale price is higher than mine. Mine's are like $18 right now. I really want to get that up to about 30. More is good, but my goal is to get it up to 30. I have never been able to get it up past like 24. And you know, doing that is an instant raise. It's an instant raise in the amount of stuff that I'm, you know, in the total amount that I'm selling every month. So I'm really trying to focus on that. And if I have to incorporate some clothes, I will. But I'm trying to not buy things that are less than $20 because $10 items are hurting the average. Flipping for Fun says, I can't top 300. I get close, then I sell a bunch, and life happens where I can't list for a few days and it starts all over again. That has been the story of my life. And I've gone back and looked at where I was a year ago, like what I was selling. I was selling as much dollar figure as I am now with half the items. So, or not probably with half, probably 400 items. So, I think that eBay is different today than it was a year ago. I think it's more competitive. I think that there's glitchiness out the yin yang. And I think it's a little harder, but I can do better. And you stop it. I don't want to be just like Sarah. Nobody wants to be like me, trust me. The amount of neurosis alone would just make you crazy. But anyway, I've got these ideas in mind of the things that I want to accomplish. So, so you bought clothes today. Yes, and I'm dragging my feet now. I don't love it, but they're good brands, so I had to buy them. And that's what I'm afraid of, because I know that a lot of people that are watching sell clothes. A lot of folks are selling clothes and they're doing well with them. Sometimes clothes don't, it's up and down like everything else. Sometimes they don't sell as quickly as you'd like for them to. They're so available, but then they're so competitive. So I'm really torn on it. I don't want to buy every polo shirt that I see, every, button down that I see, because I want to focus on things that are a little more interesting. But Flipping for Fun says, yeah, I need to try and up my average selling price. That might be the answer for me too. I think that it's something to consider if you're going to buy something. For example, I can probably get $30 out of this jacket, but I can probably maybe get $18 out of this, and I'm going to have to do the same amount of work on both of them. So, why not choose the $30 items over the $18? I mean, it's hard to leave that money hanging there when it's $18, but just being more selective. Like, you essentially only have to list one of those, $18 or one of those $30 items to almost make two of the $18 items. So it's thinking in those terms too. Plus, I have less time because I've rededicated myself to my house is first, eBay second, and I had that flip for a long time. So like every day I've been getting up and I've been making a household list. Here is mine of things that I want to get done today. I haven't gotten many of these done, but it's my husband's long day, so I'll have time. But like I can take this and this and this off. So I have actually 4 chores and 7 years ago that I need to get done. So I've refocused on you're a housewife first, then you're an eBay seller second, and I have really neglected the house. So I've been doing so much dusting and vacuuming and Susie Homemaker, and it's just not who I am, but I'm doing it. So Val says I'm very selective with top brands. I don't even know what all the top brands are. I'm just kind of playing it by ear and looking for interesting items. Val says about bags of 50-cent items took me forever to list, and now they sit. Never again. Agreed. I probably have 10-ish items downstairs easily that are $10 items. And I'm like, well, that's $100, but that's hours of work for $100. Why don't we why don't we look at listing a dollar amount? How do you calculate average sale price? So you take this is the way I do it. So I take this number, I take this, my total sales, and I divide it by the total amount sold. and that gives you your average sale price. So I'm at 48.36. And I'll divide that by 258. And I am at $18.74 average price, average sale price. So, yeah, I really want to get that up. And it'll take time. I mean, because, you know, averages are hard to, they're hard to influence. You have to have lots of big numbers to add to that, to bring that up just a little bit. And one tiny sale can drop you back down. It's crazy. But anyway, that's kind of the goal. Where do you get the same info on your desktop? Let me go to the overview. So I'm in the Seller Hub. It's a little harder, I think, on here because I don't know that it tells you the number of items that you've sold. Let me see if I can figure it out. Let's see, go to sales. And then you get hours, yes, but I bought one Lululemon hoodie last week, sold immediately for $60. There's a brand for you to buy. Yeah, I've never found a Lululemon. So let's see if I can figure out how many transactions. That's the only stumbling block with this is, let's see. Okay, it says I've sold 115 things this month, but I don't think I have. Uh-oh. Cats at play. Have I? No. I couldn't have. April 1st through April 20th. Well, I guess I could by now. Let's see. I'm clothing too, but I have a lot of basic stuff in my store from when I started, and I didn't know the brands yet, and I don't want to dump them because I have money in them. So a couple strategies you can use is to help is create a category just for those items, throw them all in that category, raise the price up a little bit, and then run a big sale on them. And that way you can kind of not run a deep sale on all of your stuff, but you can promote those, not promoted listings, but raise them up in the rank because you're having a sale. No Lululemon in the state of Alabama. I haven't found any yet, but that doesn't mean there is any. I am not looking diligently for it. But you might want to try that. I have dumped out a lot of stuff that I was like, I don't want to, I've done the work already. So I started back in December, and I did create a category that I called something like super sale or something like that. And I dumped all of these things in it. I raised the price up. I made sure they didn't have free shipping on them. That's up to you, but I didn't because not all of them were first class for me. But if they are for you, maybe that's a different thing to consider. But raise the price up 50%, whatever, 30%. And then go in and discount them about 50. If you can handle a discount that deep to get these things out. And then and see if that'll get them moving for you. It'll go slow. You'll see them start to slowly move. What was I going to do? I was going to do these numbers. 2431 divided by 115. Okay, so for my April numbers, it's saying that my average sale price is $21.13. So what I did was I went to, I'm going to jet this all up. I went to my seller hub. I went to my sales. You can do this for whatever length of time that you want. But you can choose a start date and an end date. And then you can go down through, it's going to give you an average, a basic idea. Nope, mine's lower. But it doesn't tell you, I can't find where it tells you like exactly how many items you sold, unfortunately. But never found one of those Lululemons. I've never seen one in the flesh. But anyway, you can figure out how many items you sold, but you may have to count them because, like it says, I've got a list of 115, but I've sold 2 and 3 in some of those. So I'll have to correct that. But that's how you can figure it out. You sell a lot of plus sizes; they do well. I just sold a pink sweater to one of my friends. I've been working on my local game too. So I did have somebody come and buy, a lamp, a damaged lamp for $20 today. I've got 2 people coming tomorrow to buy items for $20 each. So, and I'm cleaning out the storage unit. This computer I'm about done with. So not plentiful in Ohio, stumble on them occasionally, and I will pay up. They're fast sellers. Thanks for the info. You see it now. Okay, good. I'm sorry, I'm terrible at explaining things. I think it's, I don't know, memory loss or something. Anyway, but that's how you can kind of figure out where you are. The other thing I look at, and I've talked about this before, is my traffic. I look at what my sales conversion rate is, and I would like to get it up to about 2%. It's been as low as 1.4% in the last couple of weeks. For the month of April, it's up to 1.8. Now here it says I've had 70 transactions, but it's only going through April 17th. So it is possible I've got 120 items that I've sold this month. And if let's look at that. Get to work cracking my whip from the couch. I know I got to get off here and get the rest of this house clean. But if I had sold 130 items, which I'm probably on target to do 140 items this month, then my number will be 4,200. But I'm not going to hit that. I'm not going to hit that because I'm only at 20. I'm only at, let's see, what was it? 24 for the month right now. I'm not going to do another $1,800 or whatever that math works out to be. You know, I don't like to do math. 24. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely something I'm looking at and focused on. All right, guys, I am going to get off here, clean up my darn house. I've got laundry to fold, vacuum to run. I don't know. There's probably a toilet to scrub in this house. But I have enjoyed myself immensely hanging out with you guys. Try to go to that church sale tomorrow night and pick up a few things. And I will be working with my gals to get my questions complete. I may just go ahead and do Andy and Chris without a script and then work on that and get those up. So thank you all for being here and hanging out with me for 2.5 hours while I just jabbered and jabbered. I appreciate you all being here. I missed you guys so much. I hope I don't stay away so long. Y'all take care. We'll see you.